So Mickey 17 for me is just one of those movies where it just didn't live up to expectations. I'm sorry to disappoint those that were really excited to watch this. I was one of those. However, it just didn't deliver up to any sort of standard. It was about as average and as boring as any Netflix movie that you can imagine. It's just not got that pedigree and that class that you wanted to ooze through this entire film. There was times where I was excited, like near the beginning of the film. It started off okay, bit of a slow burning, but you were always waiting for it to get out of second gear, and it just never did. And as for Mark Ruffalo, he was about as cringe and overacting as you could possibly get since probably Nick Cage at the start of Face Off, let's be honest.
If I were to let you suck my tongue.
And yeah, he stood out like a sore thumb. I don't want to criticise Mark Ruffalo too bad, because obviously he's been in some great projects, Zodiac, the MCU, and I think he was okay in Adam's project as well. But this, he was horrific. It was so bad because, like, at the end of the day, he just had to be this powerful tyrant sort of character, like a Jon Snow out of Hunger Games. That sort of character, what we needed in this movie, because the rest of the movie was quite dark. Like, it was like a dark comedy, that's what it's classed as. But you've got these themes running through where you're thinking, all you're needing is that powerful tyrant, and it might actually bring the whole movie together. Yes, a bit's of comedy in part, but Mark Ruffalo took that like, oh, this is a comedy film? Right, I'm just going to drop the F-bomb about 500 times, and I'm just going to do nothing but be like a slimy little bastard. And it looked like more like a terrible impression of Donald Trump than anything else. I don't know if that was the vibe, but it certainly didn't really fit the rest of the movie. Like,
which dickhead is it, Mickey 18? Keep his head still!
And as for the story, it's disappointing. And I'm not going to give any spoilers at this moment in time, because all the spoilers I'm going to give you are in the trailer. In the trailer, that is the entire story. Literally, Mickey, who signed up to be a expendable, and he then dies multiple times, which is what the movie's about, and then he somehow thinks that he's dead, prints another version, sort of like the Sixth Day sort of thing, and you've now got multiples, and there's not allowed to be multiples because of the past and whatever. There's multiples killing other people and getting away with it, that sort of thing. And it was like, is this it? I saw that in the trailer. There's got to be more to this, but that is it. That is really it. The rest of it is just extra bullshit. Yes, you've got the leader tyrant stuff that I mentioned, which is not really a spoil because you sort of knew Mark Ruffalo was going to be in it anyways. And yeah, the whole rest of the movie isn't spoiling anything. That's the problem. Like, to me, I love a movie where you can walk out the cinema and be able to talk about it with lots and lots of detail. Like, oh, did you see this part? Did you see this part? Me and my brother both looked at each other and went, that were a bit shit, weren't it? That were a little bit crap. Because there weren't nothing else to talk about. There was nothing to rip apart, dissect, analyse. It's really, really boring towards the end of the film. It loses your interest. But the actual story is basically what we see in the trailer. So if you just watch the trailer, you've practically seen the entirety of the film. And not to mention, this just seemed like a blatant rip-off of The Sixth Day in part, because it's like the whole duplicate idea of the screw-up, which causes them to print a multiple by an accident, Sixth Day. You've also got the idea of the two multiples working together to take down the massive tyrant, the Sixth Day. Everything screams the Sixth Day. This is a blatant fucking rip-off.
Fine. There's someone in my house eating my birthday cake with my family, and that's not me.
We know. There's been a Sixth Day violation. A human was cloned.
And I think the only person that deserves credit in this movie is Robert Pattison, because at least he tried and gave a fuck by the looks of it and tried to make this movie work. It was a bit like Nick Cage in Ghost Rider. He tried his best to make this film work, but it just didn't get off the ground. Unfortunately, like, I think he did his best. His accent weren't too shabby. Even though I don't get why he put an accent on because there was British people in this film, it made a little bit of no sense why he did actually put an accent on, but it weren't too bad. And he tries to drag this movie from being a bit down here to try to be up here, but the rest of the movie just drags him down with it. It's a bit of a shame because I think he is really talented as an actor, and this project was meant to be like the movie of spring, the movie of like March, April time, and instead looks like one of the worst movies of 2025. And just a heads up, we are going to get into some spoilers now, which is, there isn't many. So I would leave now if you haven't yet seen the film. The ending was piss poor as can be. It was depressing, it was shit, couldn't wait for it to be over. Because all it was Kenneth Marshall, who is the main tyrant, gets killed. We expect him to get killed because he's like that Jon Snow tyrant kind of fella. So you knew he was going to get killed off. But then you've also got this third party involved of these creepers, in which are meant to be nice to help save Mickey once. And he just wants to go around killing them for some bizarre reason. Obviously because he might be this tyrant character and he's meant to be evil. But I just don't like it. It's just a side plot that you just don't need in the entire film. This has that thing going on where it's a bit like Spider-Man 3 where there's too much shit going on and they're trying to connect it all and it's just not working. It just didn't work. That ending got too confusing, got too shit, got too boring, and they messed it. They messed it completely up. Because I think they did a little bit of that Sixth Day stuff that we talked about, with the duplicate helping to defeat the villain. But then you get to after that point where you're thinking, oh, the film's ending, the credits about to come up. No, you get this shitty little vision for some reason from Mickey where he's dreaming about the fact that Kenneth's wife decides to reprint Mark Ruffalo's character and that he's now reborn again, and you're thinking, oh, this could be a plot twist, this could be something. And then it falls flat on his face because he was just dreaming. And you expect it to be a dream because of how shit the rest of the film was. So in a way, you're just like, oh my god, that was a waste of my time. They blow up the printer. They say no more people are going to be reprinted again. And then that's the end of the film. I just thought it was a piss poor movie from the ending that really put the nail in the coffin. Before we jump back into this video, guys, please do us a massive favour and smash that subscribe button because you do not want to miss a thing this week, next week and the week after, because we've got tons and tons of content planned for you guys, and you can do us a massive favour by smashing that subscribe button, joining the community, getting updates to all the latest videos from the YouTube shorts to the actual videos. It is well worth it, completely free, and you will not regret it. So to summarise Mickey 17 then, not a great film at all, and for me, I wouldn't suggest, if you're one of those people that haven't yet seen Mickey 17, if you're still watching, please try to avoid this one if you want, because I think you're going to waste your time watching this film because I think it's boring. It's not as good as you think it'll be. Just watch the trailer and that sums up the entire film. Hence why I've rated this movie a 5.8 out of 10 and a poor film. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments down below. Is it good, bad, terrible, amazing? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't yet seen our Captain America Brave New World movie review, check that out right now.